Hello, welcome. My name is Yemmy. If this is your first time, welcome. I'm very happy to have you. Welcome to the family. Now, this is a space where we talk about all things wellness. Wellness in our body, in our emotions, spiritual wellness, and in our relationship as well. Relationship with ourselves, relationship with one another, relationship that we also have with God. So today I just want us to talk about how can you change your life? Welcome again. So, are you in a situation where you feel like you're constantly being in the same bad cycle? Do you feel like you're always making poor decisions? Do you feel like you are in a chronic abusive relationship? Or do you just feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again and you're getting the same results and you want to get a new result, you want to have a new experience in life? This is the video that you need to watch, and make sure you watch it till the very end. The first thing you need to do is you need to take a personal retreat. A personal retreat is a time away from everybody, a time where you go into somewhere maybe quiet if you have that opportunity to, spend some time away. Cut off social media. Don't pick your friend's call at this time. Don't quiet your spirit. Settle your mind down. Remove every form of distractions that might be around you. If you have a family, you don't live alone, you can actually let your family members know that, hey, I'm going to use this weekend as a personal retreat. I'm going to use this weekend as a me time. And really, what you want to do in that time is quiet your spirit, quiet your mind, because there's so many distractions, so many things that is going on in our world now that if we begin to just absorb everything, there'll be too much noise, outside noise, internal noise as well. Our minds are like always racing. What is the next thing? What am I doing next? Wake up, go to work, come back, wake up, go to work, come back, social media, just the same thing over and over again. For you to start to begin to see a change or to reinvent your life, first you need to sit down with yourself. And once you sit down with yourself, what do you want to do? I personally will start with prayers. I like to start everything that I do by inviting God. God is a huge, big factor in my life personally. So you want to invite God in. It doesn't have to be like you praying overnight or anything, but you could just say a word to Him. Most times when we talk about prayers, we always feel like we have to, say, Our Father in heaven, thou art. No, it might just be you sitting down, standing up, laying down, driving, whatsoever it is that you're doing, but you are having a conversation, just like I'm talking to you now. You are having a conversation with God, and you start with, Lord, why am I here? What is the reason that you put me on this earth for? Who am I supposed to be? Who do I want to be? So those are the questions that you begin to ask yourself. And if you are in a place where you've been able to take that personal retreat, where you are in the personal retreat, that you can have some quiet, you can have some peace, the more you think about these questions, the more you begin to get ideas. Once the ideas start coming, what you want to do is you want to write it down. Don't just feel like, oh, I'm going to remember everything. No. I like to put my pen to my paper because it's just something about writing that as you write, for me, I think it helps me to remember more. It helps me to make it more substantial compared to just typing. There's a noise that comes with, going on the keyboard and typing. Just write it down, the ideas. Think about things that you've maybe always wanted as a child. Is there anything that you've desired, the dreams you had as a child? Maybe as a child you wanted to be a pilot. It's never too late to dream again. It is possible. Maybe as a child you wanted to be a model, right? It is possible. Don't say, oh, I'm too old to be a model. What is it that you want? What area of your life do you feel like you need the change? Look at that area of your life and think in line with that. That, okay, I want to change in career. Maybe right now you are in finances and you want to go into computers or into IT, or whatever it is that you want to go into. Start thinking more about that thing, and remember that you are in a quiet place. You are in a place where you are able to be in touch with your God and with yourself. And as I said, make sure that you write down whatsoever ideas that you have. Now, I have to tell you, sometimes it doesn't happen right away. It might take a little bit of time because the life that we live now is so busy. We live such a busy life that it might take a number of days for some of us to quiet our minds. Once you sit down, you feel like, oh, I have to do laundry. Oh, yeah, I have to call this person. I have to return this text. Oh, yes, somebody sent me a message on Facebook. But once you're able to, don't rush the process, take your time. Some of the things that can help you to just, settle down into being into that quiet place, like I always say, create the atmosphere. Get a beautiful place, somewhere that you can see something inspiring. Come into a quiet area. For some people, it might be taking a walk. Take a walk, right? I know we have the social distancing going on. That doesn't mean you cannot walk. You can put on your mask and go for an early morning walk. For some people, it is music, just different things that can help you to get to that space where you are in touch with yourself and you can also communicate with your God. So that's the first point. And like I said, the second point is make sure you write down whatsoever ideas that you get. One thing again I'm going to add to this is, especially as children of God, as Christians, we always feel that when we hear from God, it has to be like in a very dramatic way. The waves of the oceans, the voice, the echoing of the voice, and at times it's just a thought that drops into your heart. It might be that even after you've gone for your walk, you didn't get any ideas. It might be that when you get in the shower, it just comes to your mind. Write it down. Don't take it for granted. A lot of people use the vision board. You can use the vision board to organize your thoughts. Once you start writing all the ideas down, it might seem like, oh, I have so many things going on. You can use a vision board to organize your mind, to organize your ideas, to organize your thoughts. Use a vision board if you want to. But as much as you can, make sure that you are penning everything that comes to your mind down. Now that you have the ideas written on paper, the number 3 thing that you want to do is you want to embrace the change that you've already written down. A lot of times as human beings, right, when we're faced with big tasks, we let fear win over us. Do not let fear win. Look fear in the eyes and say no this time around. For example, you are in a toxic relationship. You have a bad friend, or you have a bad boyfriend, a bad girlfriend, and that person does just one nice thing to you, and you begin to now rationalize, oh, this person is nice. No, they're not nice. You've already made up your mind that you're going to change the situation. Do not look back. Remember that Lot's wife looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt. So don't turn into a pillar of salt by looking back into that bad situation. Leave the toxic friendship alone. Leave the bad boyfriend, girlfriend alone. Leave that job that you're not valued alone. Leave the place. Change your location. Okay? Do not look back. Embrace the change that is about to happen. Number 4. Now you have the right mindset. You're ready for that change that is going to happen. You're ready to reinvent yourself. Let's look at some practical steps that you can use to make that to happen for you. Now, my change is going to be different from your change. And your change is going to be different from say your best friends change, right? It depends on what area of life you want to reinvent. So let's say, for example, you're at a job that you're not being valued, or you feel that the skills that you bring to the table is not being used to the maximum. What can you do to change that? You can start looking for another job. Some people might feel that I've been at this job a long time, I don't know how to interview. Then you need to go back and learn how to re-interview. If you look at your resume and you feel like, oh, maybe I can do a certification, or maybe I can go back to school, look at the situation and start to plan, what are the practical steps for me to make a change? Again, of course, once you know the practical steps, you also want to start making goals one at a time. Don't leave your job right away. Make sure that you are already working towards it. Don't do cold turkey, except you already have money saved up, right? But what I would advise is make the plan. Don't just sit down and complain and whine that, oh, this job. Remember, we're not going to let fear stop us from making that change. All right? So make sure that if, for example, it's your work that you want to change, make sure that you are getting yourself ready for your next level. For some people, they might feel that, oh, maybe I should have gotten promoted at my work. Look at what you have. Do you need anything extra that will put you above the curve, so that even if they're going to be unfair and they look at the qualifications you have, it will be glaring that, hey, we really cannot do this because this person really does qualify for this job. And if you're in a place where you're not being valued, go elsewhere. Go elsewhere. Pray about it, and God will make that change for you. Another example is, if you are in a cycle where you have bad, toxic friends. I can talk about this forever. But if you're in a place where you have friends that after you're done with them on the phone, you feel drained, you feel like, oh, you have to repent over and over, you feel like, you just feel like you've been robbed of your time that you spent with that person on the phone, no value added to you, then my friend, you need to end that relationship. You need to end that relationship. Start taking practical steps to changing that situation. In a situation like that, it might just be that instead of talking to that person 5 days a week, you reduce it to 2 times a week. If you're bold and strong, right, and you look at the value of that relationship, you could do cold turkey. Because remember, you were fighting for your own self. You're fighting to become a different person. Remember that we're an average of the people that we hang around. So if you're ready to reinvent yourself, take an inventory of the type of friends that you have and decide who are you going to keep or who are you going to stop seeing. Like I said before, everybody's change, everybody reinvention is different. I'm just giving some of the common examples. And another one that comes to my mind is sometimes when we look at ourselves, we look at our bodies, and we feel like we're not taking care of ourselves. You are tired all the time. You're not eating right, you're not sleeping enough, your body's always tired, you're beginning to add, weights where you're not supposed to add weight. Once you've decided that you're going to reinvent your life, especially when it comes to the physical part of your life, create a picture of what you want to look like. Create a picture of, what do you want to weigh? Write it down. Start working towards it. Start eating right. A lot of my videos, I've addressed that, and you can, check out some of the videos that I've done. Start eating right. Start exercising. Look for the people of like-minded. Whatever change that you want to make, you have to look for people that are pursuing the same thing, because those are the people that will help you to achieve your goal. A lot of times we feel that we're meant to live our lives by ourselves. I don't want anybody to disturb me. I don't want to be in anybody's way. I got this. I can do it by myself. No, life is meant for us to live in fellowship, in communities. So who is on your side? Look for your tribes. They are out there. Don't be discouraged. You might have been, had a bad experience in the past before. But don't be discouraged. There's so many online supports that you can use, especially when it comes to fitness. Look into the online fitness support group and plug into that, and you begin to see the change that you want in your life happen. Number 5, to reinvent yourself, you have to be ready to invest in yourself. Investing in yourself, it can be financial, it can be time, but I tell you, anytime you're making a change, your body, your people around you, the world, they're going to complain. Someone is going to have a problem with the change that you're about to make. Don't listen to naysayers. Remember that you're doing this for you, right? Invest in yourself. Don't cheat on yourself and say, oh, this class is so expensive, I cannot pay for any exercise class. Don't do that. Invest in yourself. Make sure that you have the mindset of going all out. Don't cut corners. Make sure that you are following the steps that you are supposed to. It's going to take time, it's going to be painful, but you can do it. So invest in yourself. Number 6, and the last point. For me, I love scriptures and the word of God. Use positive affirmations all the way through until you see the new you that you want. Take, for example, if you're somebody that struggles with maybe self-image, you bring out words that will remind you of who you are. You can remind yourself that you are made in the image of God. You remind yourself that you are the head and not the tail. You remind yourself that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. There's so many beautiful affirmations in the Word of God that you can use. I am meaningful, I am valuable, I am blessed, I am a child of God, I am beautiful, I am wonderful, I am loved, I am happy, I am not depressed, I am, I bring value to the table. So many things that you can begin to tell yourself morning and night. The more you hear it, the more that you believe it. And remember, every change starts from inside. It will take you time. Don't give up. Keep at it. And before you know what is happening, a new you will emerge. So, my dear friends, really, I just want to remind you guys again that it is possible. If you feel that you're stuck in life or you just want a new you, it is possible. This is a time and season, beginning of the year, for us to, effect things like this. The changes that we want. This is a time that we can now say that, yes, let's start the journey, because by the time you're looking at the end of 2021, you're like, oh, wow, what happened? Yemmy is a new person. So, yes, you can do it, and I'm praying on you the strength for you to do the things that you've determined in your mind that you want to do. I want you guys to tell me, how and where do you see yourself by the end of this year? What are the things that you would like to see change in your life? Is it the new friendship? Do you want to start earning a certain amount of money that you never thought of in the past before? Do you want to change the way you look? Do you want to get closer to God? It's just so many things that you can use to, change your life. Tell me in the comment section, what would you like to see change in your life? I'll tell you, for me personally, in this year 2021, one of the things that I have really been placed on my mind that I want to see a change in is I want to have a closer relationship with the Lord. I want to have a better communion. I want to do better when it comes to my relationship with the Lord. And one of the ways that I want to do that, or one of the ways I'm going to do that, is taking the time to spend in fellowship with Him, which could be prayer, reading the Word, or meditation, listening to music. But I want by December, I want to have so many encounters that I can look back on and say, "Ooh, that was a beautiful moment I had with my Maker." So that is my wish for 2021. And I wish you guys the best. And I wish you that you become a better version of you. Remember, it's not about anybody else, it's about you. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you in my next video.